Rain poured across the streets of Hong Kong, while crowds packed tightly inside the Golden Dragon Arena. Cigarette smoke floated through the air beneath bright hanging lights as wealthy businessmen, underground fighters, and martial arts students filled every seat around the fighting platform. The city had gathered for one reason only: to witness the legendary iron-body fighter known as Leang, the Wall Zhao. For nearly 15 years, Leang had dominated martial arts demonstrations across Asia. Men struck his stomach with wooden staffs until the sticks cracked apart. Fighters kicked his ribs until their legs bruised. Some even claimed blades could not cut deeply into his skin because of his brutal conditioning techniques. Stories about him spread everywhere. People called him unbeatable, untouchable, a human wall impossible to hurt. Tonight, the arena buzzed with excitement because Leang had publicly issued an open challenge to every martial artist in Hong Kong. So far, nobody had accepted. Leang stood in the center of the platform with his massive arms crossed over his chest. Sweat glistened across muscles hardened by years of punishment and training. Thick scars covered his torso like proof of battle. Several broken wooden staffs already lay scattered on the floor from earlier demonstrations where students failed to damage him. Each time someone struck him, Leang barely reacted. The crowd roared louder after every failed attempt, feeding his growing arrogance. He loved humiliating challengers in public. He loved watching fear appear in their eyes when they realized their strongest attacks meant nothing. Leang slowly turned toward the audience with a proud smile before shouting loudly enough for the entire arena to hear. "Is there nobody in Hong Kong strong enough to challenge me?" he roared. The crowd erupted with cheers. Some spectators looked around nervously, secretly hoping someone would step forward, but no one moved. Then Leang laughed coldly and continued speaking. "I've heard many stories about a man named Bruce Lee," he said mockingly. The moment the name left his mouth, whispers spread instantly across the arena. "People say his punches are fast," Leang continued. "People say his kicks are powerful, but speed means nothing against iron." He pounded his chest violently with both fists. "His punches are useless against me." Some people in the audience gasped quietly. Others exchanged nervous looks. Everyone knew exactly who Leang was talking about. Bruce Lee had already become famous throughout Hong Kong for his unbelievable speed, explosive power, and revolutionary martial arts philosophy. Many fighters respected Bruce deeply. Others envied him, but insulting Bruce Lee publicly was something almost nobody dared to do. Near the back of the arena, a calm figure sat silently in the shadows. Bruce Lee had arrived nearly 20 minutes earlier without attracting attention. He wore simple black clothing and watched the demonstrations quietly without emotion. Bruce had no interest in proving himself to crowds or feeding his ego through pointless fights. To him, martial arts were about growth, discipline, and understanding human movement, not public arrogance. But as he listened to Leang continue mocking other fighters, Bruce's expression slowly hardened. He didn't care about insults directed toward himself. What bothered him was arrogance disguised as strength. Bruce believed martial arts should inspire humility, not intimidation. Around him, several young students whispered nervously after hearing Liang's challenge. "Do you think Bruce Lee is really here?" one asked quietly. "No way," another replied. Even Bruce wouldn't fight someone like Leang. Then suddenly, Bruce Lee stood up. At first, only a few nearby spectators noticed him moving toward the fighting platform. But within seconds, whispers spread rapidly through the arena like wildfire. Heads turned one after another as people realized who was walking through the crowd. Excitement exploded instantly. "It's Bruce Lee," someone shouted loudly. The energy inside the arena changed immediately. Even Liang's confident smile faded slightly when he finally saw Bruce approaching. Bruce climbed onto the platform calmly while thousands of eyes followed every movement. He looked completely relaxed. No anger, no fear, only focus. Leang studied Bruce carefully, surprised by how small he looked compared to his own massive frame. Leang stood nearly a head taller and